Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm an American girl who is living in Hamburg, Germany, and in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about my family heritage. A lot of you guys have been asking me where is my family from, and I think it's a really interesting question, especially I think Americans are all known to be kind of mixed from everywhere, and my family is, I think, a pretty good example of that. So I think you guys are going to be pretty surprised by all of the different mixtures of countries that is in my blood. Actually, I made a video about this on my old channel, but I forgot a portion of my heritage from my mom's side, so I'll be talking about all of the countries that my family are from. Also, this video is brought to you by Italki, so thank you Italki so much for sponsoring this video. For the month of March, Italki is doing a campaign called Boost Your Career Campaign. If you guys don't know what Italki is, I did an Italki review and I'll link that down below if you haven't seen it. Before I was a partner with Italki, I was a customer. I learned my entire B1 level, most of it from Italki. I did over 20 lessons with an Italki teacher. They are all professional native speakers. There's so many languages. I'm sure you'll find the language you want to learn on there. Italki is a website where you can get personalized one-on-one tutoring with a language teacher of your choice. Trial lessons start at just €1 and they go up from there. So you can choose what time you want your class to be. You can choose which teacher, how much you want to pay, because every teacher puts their price differently depending on whatever your budget is. Being bilingual, having a second language is one of the biggest ways to boost your career, and an extra language as a skill boosts your salary by 10 to 15%. And I totally get why, because when I'm job searching here in Germany, I'm seeing most of the job ads are saying they want someone who's at least B2 level German, ideally C1 level. And at first I thought English, English is the world language. But yeah, in Germany, definitely you're going to be way more competitive if you know a different language. So that's why my goal is to get better at my B2 level and hopefully the C1 level, because fluency is, of course, I think most employers want someone fluent. And since Italki, you're speaking one-on-one with a person, you're not in a group class, you're not on an app, you're speaking with a person. What we love about Hamburg. Yeah, and so since you're speaking, that's the fastest way to learn a language and the fastest way to boost your career and increase your salary for the future. And also you can find accent practice, writing practice with a teacher. Every teacher specializes in something different. You can find someone who helps business English. So you guys can sign up with my link down below, and also my discount code will be down below in the description box too. I'm going to share my genetic test results, and I also talked about this on my old channel, but I got an email a month ago saying that my genetic tests were updated and some information was added, so it'll be a surprise for me and a surprise for you guys. Let me know down below in the comments, push pause, type out what you think I am in the comments down below, and then tell me how wrong or right you were based on your guess. I think a lot of people guess that I look maybe Eastern European, which is a third true. I don't know if you can tell by my skin tone, I'm pretty pale, and I actually get that from my dad's side. I am 50% Australian, so my dad is from Australia, and my dad's parents came from England and then also Wales. So I am Welsh, English, and then I don't know if I should count Australia because that's kind of like the US. I'm American, that's pretty clear, but Americans are just kind of mixtures of all the other countries. That's what I know from my dad's side. My mom's side gets a little more interesting, which makes me, I feel like, a little more interesting. It's a big mixture. In English, we call someone like me a mutt, or that's also what you call a dog that has all these different types of dog breeds mixed into one. My mom's side, my great-grandma and my great-grandpa both came from Poland, and they were around 2 hours outside of Warsaw in Poland by driving. So they left Poland around 10 years before World War II started, I think, and they learned English actually when they got to the US. They first got to New York, and then from New York they moved to Los Angeles where a lot of their cousins were living. So they actually, most of my Polish family, most all of them I think, left Poland to come to the US. So I'm kind of envious of them because I always thought it would be really fun to move to a different country, live in a different country, and maybe because I thought, oh, my family did it, and my dad did it. He left his whole family and came to the US, and no one from my dad's side is living in Southern California. So, but yeah, it's a lot harder, especially when you're in a country that doesn't speak your language. So I feel really I'm really proud of my ancestors for doing it, because that must have been really hard for them. I know that my great-grandparents chose not to teach my grandma their language. They chose to learn English and speak English to my grandma, which kind of shows how things were at the time. They didn't want to be seen as outsiders in the US, so they didn't want their children to feel like outsiders. So unfortunately for me, that would have been so cool if my family continued on teaching Polish and also Yiddish. They spoke Yiddish. That would have been awesome. I would have loved to be able to speak Polish too, but yeah. I understand that the times then were different and discrimination was scary. So it's funny because I feel kind of similar in Germany. I'm really embarrassed for some reason to speak English in public, and I know most people aren't. I'd rather struggle in German when I'm ordering something rather than speak in English. I don't know why. That's just how I am, which is great for me because I want to learn better German. So more times than not, you're gonna find someone that speaks English. So. Okay, so there's my mom's side. My mom's dad's side came from Turkey. From what I've heard, I think they were in Spain before they were in Turkey, but I don't remember how long they were in Turkey before Spain. So that's actually what I understand from my family background. So I know I have these countries as my heritage and my background, but I don't know any of the cultural things from those countries. So it's kind of weird that I don't speak any Polish. I don't know any Polish things. I learned a little bit of Yiddish from my grandma because my grandma did know some basic Yiddish from just listening to her parents growing up. So my grandma was able to understand German, which was pretty cool because German and Yiddish sound very similar. When you want to say like, I want to go to sleep, ich will schlafen gehen, it sounds very similar in Yiddish. Now I'm going to check out my genetic test results and see how accurate they are compared to what I already know. So I have an account at 23andMe. The results are, so I am 50.9% British and Irish, and then I am 32.5% Ashkenazi Jewish. I am 2.7% Spanish and Portuguese. Let's click on British and Irish. Number 1, my family most likely came from Greater London. That's pretty cool. Followed by Greater Manchester, Glasgow City. Ah, nice. Likely match for Ireland. That's cool. County Dublin. I mean, my skin makes me feel like I'm Irish. I have some hints of red as well in my natural hair. My dad also has quite red blonde. Nice. I'm just imagining like the medieval times, my family living then, like, whoa, that would have been so cool to see like photos of that. Okay, next, 32.5% Ashkenazi Jewish. My great-grandparents were Ashkenazi Jewish, so I do know that. Ashkenazi Jewish people settled in Central and Eastern Europe in the late Middle Ages. In the 20th century, many Ashkenazi Jewish people immigrated to Israel or to the Americas in search of greater cultural and religious acceptance. Today, over 5 million ethnic Ashkenazi Jewish people live in the US. And it says here, many of these people are found in high levels in New York, California, Florida, and the Northeast. And it's fun looking at this little dial. It's like 50% blue, which is the Northwestern European, British and Irish. I didn't even know I was Irish, so this is actually a surprise if I'm actually Irish. I was mostly expecting Wales. I don't see Wales. Native American, what? Let's go to the next section, which is 6.2% Southern European, which is Spanish and Portuguese. Italian? What? I did not know I have any Italian. 1.6%, that's a surprise. Western Asian, North African, 7%. In Northern West Asian, 2.3%, which is Iranian, Caucasian, and Mesopotamian. North African, Arab, Egyptian, and Levantine. Broadly Western Asian and North African. Okay, interesting. So I was hoping to see something about Poland, but I think there's other companies like Ancestry.com, I think is the one that gives you more precise things like that. So hope you guys found this video interesting. Let me know down below. See you guys in the next video. Bye.